Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your new moon solar eclipse in Libra for October 14th, 2023. New moons bring in new cycles, something you can start, and the solar eclipses, well, they can make this energy last for up to 6 months to a year. So maybe you want to refer to this video again within that time frame. But for the next 2 weeks, I would say that the focus of this particular reading is the loving man. It's a number 5 and it's people. So 5 can bring some change where a man is concerned in your life, or if you're a male, perhaps you're going through some particular changes, but this is a loving man. So there can be somebody who helps you to bring about some change in your life. This person seems to be instrumental, whether that's you or somebody else. But we are looking at a male figure. Okay. Now, what comes with that, this is the direction the reading is going in, but your focus is the sun. And this reads success, victory, individuality, ego, freedom, and happiness. Nothing diminishes the energy of the sun. It's a powerhouse, and it makes our world go round. So without the sun, we wouldn't be here. It can be enlightenment. It can be just somebody who is, you might be feeling very social, maybe hanging out with the loving man. I think there's a lot of love there because the sun gives, right? It gives. It asks for nothing. It just gives unconditionally. Popularity. You could be popular. You could be in the spotlight. It's a very social card. It's a rebirth card. It is a jovial. It's happiness. It's fun. It's a wonderful card to have. So, especially in these times. So, very nice, Sagittarius. Let's see what's going on. Oops, wrong deck. Let's see what's coming in for you. Relationships. Relationships and bonds of all kinds. Very nice. This is our deepest desires that are mirrored through someone else. And they can be very different people, but there's the desire that matches up, right? This can also be bonds that are healing, especially with the Sun card, and of course the caduceus, so it can also be that as well. But it's partnerships and unions and relationships of all kinds. But since it's the loving man, it could be very romantic. This is a nice firm offer. Ooh, perhaps this is even marriage for some, a proposal. But it's something very firm, right? So even if it is work related, it's a good firm offer. It's steady. It's not going anywhere. It may have taken some time because sometimes the Knight of Pentacles is procrastination, but it's also timing, right? This pentacle knows timing. He knows when to plow. He knows when to seed. He knows when to harvest. He just knows. So this is a really nice card there. Wow. Whoopsies. You may have been through a very difficult period. The Five of Swords is a situation that is hard-won. What a contradictory energy here. I mean, in regards to this, maybe it took 10 years. Maybe the procrastination was that it took a bloody long time and you were just at the point of saying, okay, I've had enough, and then finally they say, all right, let's do this, let's get married, or let's create this bond, or let's go into business together. It can be something like that. But it can also be that you have just gone through some very difficult times and somebody wants to help heal that, right? Maybe a partner wants to offer you something to help you heal from this difficult period. Five of Swords is can also be humiliation, so be careful. I mean, maybe you have to turn this person down and you want to do it gently. I don't know. We'll see. This is an aggressive energy as well. This is the knight in shining armor that comes in to save the day, but it is an aggressive energy. Look at those clouds, and it kind of matches with that Five of Swords as well. And we're going to have to get some more information on this. This is something that can come in quickly, but it can leave just as quick. This is a quick mercurial energy, and knights usually bring in information. Maybe it was something that you were not expecting. Maybe you don't want the proposal. Maybe you don't want the union. That's also possible here for some. Or it could also be that there are other factors at the moment that are making it difficult. And it's kind of like the timing is a little off. That's also possible here. Because this is about timing. Okay, you have the Empress card. Okay, so this can be pregnancy. And I think you know where I'm going with this, right? Perhaps there was an unexpected pregnancy. And so one option is to unite and marry. Or we may be dealing with a mother figure. We could be dealing with creative pursuits, and so somebody wants to, I'm just giving you scenarios, but let's say somebody is proposing and they want to create this union, and for you the timing is off because you want to do something more creative, or you're on a different trajectory, maybe you're on a different creative path, something like that. The Empress is a lovely card. It's abundance, it is pregnancy, it is nature, it is nurture. It is the quintessential female. Okay, so here's the loving man. This is the King of Swords. Now, I'm not saying that the King of Swords can't be loving. Because they can. And of course, whatever is aspected in their chart can change the amount of, the ratio of logic and reason to sentimentality. Because mostly the King of Swords is not a sentimental person in their rawest form, right? You have a chart, so your chart can tell you a lot of things. Maybe your 6th house is Cancer or something, which is very home-oriented and love-oriented. But the King of Swords is facts and numbers and reason and logic, and that's how he makes his decisions. Now, this can also be the loving man's mother that you have to deal with, or females in his life that you have to deal with, which can cause this kind of distress or turn of events with that Five of Swords. It's something hard won, and maybe you had to, pass the mother test or something like that, right? That kind of energy. Very interesting. It's also possible that through this union, you are starting a family and you have to give something up. And maybe that is the work, your career, something that you created, that kind of energy. Which could also be like, I worked really hard for that and now I have to kind of give it up. Unexpectedly, from out of nowhere. It can be that kind of energy as well. Okay, we're looking at moderation, temperance, patience. With the Temperance card, we are refining a situation when the Temperance card appears. We're turning, this is alchemy, right? We're turning base materials, base metals into gold, and that takes a lot of movement and a lot of alchemy. This is also about, for me, very much about spiritualizing what it is that you do, right? Bringing your spirit with it. It's not just some mundane task that you do. And this could be a relationship that has something deeper with it, that has some kind of something special, je ne sais quoi. But the Temperance card can be also that it's taken its time, right? You've had to be patient in waiting for this offer, and especially if it's work, maybe you've worked extremely hard for it, and been patient and taken your time and refined things. This is very much about refinement for me. Getting to the essence of something, to its purest form. Now remember, the sun can be enlightenment, so things that are coming to the surface, right? That we maybe didn't notice, and all of a sudden you have these like, oh, I get it now, I see it in its entirety. Yeah, see, you have this kind of biding your time energy, but it's also the walking wounded. You've been through a lot of stuff here. Your experiences are what is backing this person and why they've, have that headband on. They've been wounded through their experiences. They've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. And obviously with that Five of Swords, you've been through quite a bit. And this is biding your time, but it can also be that we can be on the defensive, and especially when that Five of Swords appears. And so we can act maybe too quickly or say something a bit, quickly before we backtrack a little bit and have to either apologize or, make it clear what we were really trying to say, or, why we had reacted the way we had. And again, it could just be that you were working really hard for this union, for this bond, right? And you're on the precipice of getting what it is that you've wanted. You can probably hear the dog in the background. She's having dreams. Okay. With that, you have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this can be an emotional choice, right? What do I choose? What do I do? I don't know. Is it my career or children? Or do I really want this marriage? Or if I do, where do I want it? How do I want it, right? Choices come up. But it's also the card of building castles in the air, and so you want to ground those ideas, those creative principles, the creative ideas, the creativity that you have. If this is a work project, you could have a lot of choices before you that can be a bit confusing. This card asks you to look to see what the heart wants, right? Because our head can be up in the clouds. We can be thinking of a million scenarios and a million different things. But what does the heart want? This is the 7 planets that are offering you 7 different things, but you can only choose one. So, what do you really want? That's the question here. Okay. That's an interesting reading. For my feeling, though, that you will understand it with the Sun card there, because the sun shows everything in its light, right? You thought you've cleaned the house, and then the sun hits at a particular angle, and you can see all the dust that's still there. It's that kind of energy when the Sun card appears. The sun can also bring some healing. And it seems to me like, especially in this scenario, you could use a bit of that. What does Spirit want you to know? You have the Emperor card. So this is, again, paternity, power, domination, rigidity. In its higher form, it's authority, but authority can rule with an iron fist or make laws for the good of everyone. And that's what I mean by the negative side of this is control. So it can go both ways here. And oddly enough, it seems like it is, but you're the person, I think, that is kind of, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that it could go both ways. I mean, you could be the person who is trying to control situations, or you could be the person who is being controlled. So yeah, I guess you just have to, you know your own scenario. But here's the male again, whether that's you or the person that you're dealing with. Okay, good strong foundations is what the Emperor in his balance does. He creates good strong foundations. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I will return in 2 weeks with a full moon reading, and like I said, this can last up into 6 months to a year. So yeah, I wish you the very best. Thank you for listening. Take good care. Bye for now.